Every 6 years, a king was sent across the sea into a forest no one ever returned from. For generations, every single king begged, cried, and had to be dragged onto the boat. Then came a king who didn't cry. He smiled. And what the boatman found waiting for him on the other side changed how an entire kingdom understood time itself. This isn't a story that starts with once upon a time. It's a story built for every time, including yours. Long ago in the Kingdom of Eldenmoor, there was one law older than any king who ruled there. A king could sit the throne for exactly 6 years. Not 5, not 7, 6. During those years, he could have anything: gold, feasts, palaces, power. But the moment his 6th year ended, a new king was crowned, and the old king was placed on a boat and sent across the sea to a forest no map recorded. No king ever came back. No letter, no rumor, nothing. Year after year, the pattern never changed. A new king would spend his first years drunk on comfort, enjoying every luxury the crown could buy. But as the 6th year crept closer, something in him would break. He'd stop sleeping. He'd stop eating. By the final week, he was begging his own guards for more time. On the last day, they'd have to carry him to the boat while he screamed for mercy. Every king, every time, until one didn't. When King Edric's 6th year finally arrived, the boatman came expecting the usual: chains, screaming, guards. Instead, he found the king dressed simply, standing at the dock, alone, smiling. No crowd came to see him off. The whole kingdom was busy celebrating the new ruler. Nobody noticed the old king leave, except the boatman, who couldn't understand why a man walking toward a forest of no return looked like a man walking home. The king climbed into the boat himself, and the whole way across, instead of weeping, he made quiet conversation, asking about the boatman's family, laughing at small jokes, like a man with nowhere else to be. When they reached the far shore, Edric stepped out and walked straight into the trees, still smiling. The boatman, torn between duty and disbelief, followed him in, and what he saw stopped him cold. There was no wilderness, no beasts, no ruin. There was a castle, gardens in full bloom, paved roads, and people, hundreds of them, pouring out to greet the king by name, like he'd been expected for years. Because he had been. The boatman finally found his voice. "How? Every king before you was told this place was death." Edric smiled and said something the boatman never forgot. "The day I was crowned, I already knew this day would come. So instead of only spending my 6 years enjoying the throne, I spent them building this, the town, the homes, the people I sent ahead. I didn't wait until the end to prepare for it. I started on day one." Here's the part that isn't really about kings at all. That kingdom, the one where everyone gets a set amount of time before they're sent somewhere permanent. That's not a legend. That's just life. Every stage you're in right now has a 6-year clock on it, whether you can see it or not. If you're a student right now, your time in that seat is limited. The skills you put off building for later are the castle you either build now or don't have when later arrives. If you're working, that career has an ending too. Whether it's 50 or 65, retirement isn't a surprise. It's a scheduled boat. The people who dread it usually aren't the ones who saved and prepared. They're the ones who spent every year assuming the throne was permanent. And it's not just money or career. The people in your life right now, that's limited too. One day, every relationship you have will end in a goodbye, planned or not. The kings who cried weren't punished for leaving. They were punished for refusing to believe the boat was coming. Your forest is already waiting for you. Whether it looks like that first terrified king's exile or like a castle someone built in advance, that part isn't decided by fate. It's decided by what you do with the 6 years you've got right now. The kingdom doesn't ask if you're ready. It just tells you when the boat leaves. If this story gave you something to sit with, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.